Anastasia Bella Moore here. Welcome. What's going on with y'all? Hope y'all are doing okay. If you're new here, I am Anastasia Bella Moore. I am the owner of our company, which I run, Anastasia Bella Moore. It is a writing type of artsy type of spot. I run it through some of the ideas that I create for art and things of that nature, workshops, and some of our books, which y'all can always check those out. I have those links available online. You can go to those whenever you like, and you can go on Barnes and Noble. I was doing a DIY book tour where it was a virtual style and I discussed some of the issues that took place with the book. First off, it was not easy to create. If anybody ever thought that, you're sorely mistaken. You are not just very as aware as you thought that you may have been. So in order to enlighten you all, creating a book from scratch is difficult. It takes quite a bit of experiences plus years to actually hone and critique such a craft. And you also have to go through quite a bit of schooling and knowledge and understanding and being around people who are older and have done it before you so that you can actually execute in a very articulate manner. So if you're ever curious about how to expand your things and you want to learn more about your autobiographies, I suggest you all check out the Raw 60 Memoir Written with Love Sapphire by myself. It is an autobiography in memoir form, and it's available online via Barnes & Nobles for $45. So hopefully you enjoyed that as well. And we can get right into what's going on and taking place. So as you see, I'm in some workout gear. I was actually in the process of doing a bit of some 1-2s and things like that. So I decided to keep the routine for Monday and Thursday. So Monday and Thursdays at 6 o'clock, I will live. So be prepared to come with any type of questions that you may have, or notes or pens or anything of that nature. If you're extra curious, you can always leave a comment and I'll always get back to you and answer those as quickly as I can as possible. And if anybody else has any other questions, if you want to connect, if you want to know how to maybe figure out some things to stay into your flow and you just didn't have anybody else to go to, I'm always available. There's a small fee. I just want to throw that out there as well. If you're curious about Appearance Beauty, let's say you're getting ready to come from your gym run or something like that, and you're out of some wipes for your face, or you're getting ready to try a new Pilates class, but your socks are kind of sort of last season or on their last leg, then you definitely can check those out as well. I have a link that y'all can use. It's Antasia Shabria with the extra A. So it's ANTASIA. SHABRIAA, and you put that code in on the Appearance Beauty site and you will receive a discount there as well. If you're interested in doing some things with Avon as well, there is a link. You can always check out some of those brochures. And I don't know if you're any type of entrepreneur or businesswoman, but you always want to have certain essentials to make sure that you are kind of sort of presentable and put together. So if anything does pop off, you can always make sure that you look the part. So today I'm going to do getting into some things about not being able to do anything else besides say bye. Okay. So for that GTT, which is a glow ticket topic, being able to say bye to something like old clothing, for example, I was telling you about my get up earlier, or things that no longer fit properly into our lives, is also just as empowering as leaving somebody behind that no longer serves our purpose, and continuously feeling like we're able to scale and have a flow in our lives in a positive manner as well. And I understand that sometimes if things are not fitting the way that we want them to and they have the ill fit, it's easier to just get rid of them versus trying to pawn them off onto somebody else, if that makes any sense. I've noticed that as I was trying to figure out some things going on, I was taking these journeys and lifestyle changes and things of that nature, and I was getting ready to go and do something else, but because I got rid of some things, it made it easier. And instead of having moments where I was clinging to these things that were not serving its purpose any longer, by doing so, I saved myself heartache. I saved myself issues and drama. I saved myself having to look crazy, or I save myself having to look crazy when I look in the mirror, or I save myself and those around us, y'all, people who are viewing those instances where y'all can say, oh, well, what's wrong with her, or why did you do that, like, that don't fit no more, or this is doing it, so what's the point of doing, and I won't be able to be upset with someone genuinely because I know that I've earned that. You know what I mean? So it just doesn't make any sense to constantly be able to not really accept what we've been putting ourselves through and then do so in a certain manner. And I know sometimes people don't always understand what a certain manner is. I know sometimes we're in this Ukraine war and we have all of these moments where we're slicing and dicing, you know what I mean? And nobody's really surviving. They're taking off the maternity wards and the women with children. So I get it, you know what I mean? At the same time, it's quite a bit of bloodshed. And I get it. Sometimes girls can be so mean. They can be a trip. I've had females want to just, you know, just utterly destroy whatever it was that I thought about. And so I understand the moment to want to have a battle. I get that. And at the same token in time, there's always a twofold manner there, because every time you have those moments there, when you say bye to those things and those thinking patterns, even those females that are constantly wanting to take a bloodbath for whatever reasons, and you have to say, okay, no, bye. If I'm looking to do a certain issue and thing in presentable manner, I'm going to do that. And if you have issue with that, then I have to learn to say goodbye. I have to be able to say bye, enjoy your day, bye, you didn't do those things, so you can go this way. We're going to sever that tie, and then I'm going to have to continuously move forward the way that I choose to do so. And that's because I made a choice and decision to carry myself a certain way by saying bye. Now, if everybody always wants to kind of sort of go back and forth and be able to say whatever else is going on, then it doesn't make any sense to be able to do all of the issues that's going on. And so it's like, people sometimes don't understand that they're doing this type of behavior that's a little off kilter until you start to say bye, until you start to realize that I don't want to talk to you. So it's better to say bye, have a nice day, enjoy what it is that you have going on. And instead of constantly allowing somebody else to dictate what you think about, how you feel, and as business women and business owners, mind you, their main goal is to create a bloodbath. It's not to empower you to speak your mind. And what's really brutal is that it's never going to actually ever change to the sense that because these people are coming across as saying bye is something that's negative, in order for their thoughts to feel better about how they conducted themselves, makes them a lesser business owner and entrepreneur. Because when you saying bye, it puts them on to who they truly and really are, which is not always what people want hidden. What people want hidden is the fact that what you're saying bye to exposes. So now their bloodbath is deemed necessary. It's deemed appropriate. It's deemed as being something that, oh, well, because this is happening by saying bye, now all of a sudden I got an issue with that. And so I can't be quiet. I can't practice silence. I can't practice going into a soft girl era because they're lesser entities. And lesser entities means what? They not scaling. They not happy. So that means they're broke. They're unhappy with themselves, with the way that they conducted themselves, what it is that they think about, what it is they surround themselves with, what it is that they've been chosen to entertain, what it is that they've been thinking about on the low when they think nobody's watching them. That means when nobody else is around. And they understand that this is what they've chosen to do. So when you realize that you're looking to boss up and be in your rich bitch energy era, and you say bye to those people who don't want to do that, oh, now they got an issue and they want to cause a bloodbath. Oh, now every time they turn around, they want to do something else. They got something else to say. And all you have to do as a business owner is acknowledge that that's what they want to do, because they have their right to do that. But you also have one as well, and that's where your buy come in at. So if they have an issue with how you conduct yourself, which you cannot control, you can only control yourself. So therefore, you have to empower your own thoughts and thinking patterns in order to make sure that you allow them to express what it is that they think about, so that you can do so too as your moment as you do at the same token as simultaneously effort by saying bye. So bye to the bull crap, bye to the nonsense, bye to the low key jabs, bye to the low key kind of sort of disrespectful thoughts, the microaggressions, saying bye to the low key women who can't stand the fact that you scaled your business. And when you say bye to those entities, they don't have any other choice but to acknowledge that that's what's being done, necessarily, so to speak, and they have to go a certain way. That's just how the way that our nature and our forces go. People can say whatever they want to say. People can do whatever it is they want to do. And at the same time, in token, you have to continuously move on and live what is supposed to have been best for what it is that you have going on as a business owner and entrepreneur, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else is going to walk that path and make you choose to live a life the way that you've always dreamed as you scale your business. And when they see that you're doing it and you say bye to those who don't, they get an attitude. And that's okay, because everybody's entitled to feel how they do. Nothing is wrong with having feelings or emotions, but how you control them is what's the problem. When you don't do so, it causes bloodbaths. And that's unnecessary. Because now you're acting out of character, so you can't scale a business. You can't run a business because nobody's going to trust you. Nobody can trust you because you're so quick to shed blood instead of helping somebody float and entering what it is they think about. So instead of doing that, you hate. You won't remain silent. You won't show compassion. You won't be grateful. You won't show them love. You will tell them that they love, in the same token, you spit behind their backs when they walk off with a curse from here to Mexico, because that's what you want. So now I got to learn how to battle and run my business in a successful manner, and the whole time knowing that you're going to hate on it, but still finding courage to keep pursuing my goal in the midst of it. Now, how you do that? You have to learn how to walk in the faith, because nobody else is going to do it for you. And that's not a bad thing, though. I really don't believe nothing is wrong with that, y'all. I really don't. You know what I mean? I feel like if you ain't going to do it, nobody else going to do it for you. So if you don't do it, then who going to do it? Nobody. And nobody's supposed to. We each got to walk a path. We travel together. And when we shed the blood that we shed, it's brutal. It's so brutal because we're supposed to be kind to one another. I've never seen a person want to blow up a maternity ward and disrespect another person so intensely in my life, to the point where every time I think about something, if I'm not thinking about how the tears have affected what it was when it comes to how I'm dealing with one another, something ain't right. Because that's how difficult now it has become. It has become so hard to be a woman. It has become difficult to raise a child. It has become difficult to be an African American. It has become difficult to think of my black roots. It has become difficult to like a black female. It has become difficult to do something that is natural, that we're born and meant to do. That has never been more prominent than how it is as we speak now. I mean, and if we do get a truce in the war and we do actually have a moment where we get to calm down, that's brutal. And it's so brutal because of the way that everything is so aligned and lined up. I mean, if we really didn't have as much bloodshed as we did, what in the world are we able to focus on? You know what I mean? Like, really, if we didn't have as much drama, if it was silence, if it was somebody who understood, what is the picture going to look like then? You see what I'm saying? It's not as battly and back and forthy. It's a much more mutual understanding than it is not. And it's a better ability to actually scale and flow than it is not to, too. So when you look back, you be like, damn, I'm broke. Or damn, I ain't got no money. Or damn, I didn't listen to my dude. Or damn, so-and-so ain't put me on. But you have to ask why. Was it because you chose to have been silent? Or was it because you chose not to have been silent? And then the true answer is because if you not put on, it's because you didn't do something to somebody when you were supposed to. So, you know, again, it's a personal choice and decision, though. I can't make you. You have to choose to do so on your own, because you can make you. You can choose to let yourself behave that way. And it's not about not choosing to do so, because frankly, I heard you're not supposed to focus on what you don't really want to have. You're supposed to focus on what you can do. So don't shoot the messenger. You know what I mean? Like, now all of a sudden I got the battle. And I don't say that to say that I'm going to shy away from a battle either. Because, again, I'm not going to respect that in myself. So why am I going to expect somebody else to? You see what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And if it don't make dollars, what y'all? Y'all know it don't make sense. You know what I mean? It's just as simple as that. And I don't even always just mean monetary sense. I mean intellectually, intelligently, as the faculties that we use to figure out, well, what time is it? Oh, it's 6:14. Oh, okay, what you drinking? A cup of coffee. Oh, where you get your cup from? Starbucks. Well, how did you get the cup? I was working at Nordstrom. Well, what was you doing when you was in Nordstrom? I was on the computer. Somebody was putting on and wanted to order it. I placed it and she hooked me up with something, so I got a Starbucks gift card. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. How did you lose so much weight? How did you come into contact with the people who can't remain silent? Hell, we went to school together. It's in the book Route 60 Memoir, Rick Love Sapphire, Barnes and Nobles, $45. How you figure that out? I don't know. I Googled. You know what I mean? I've been looking to practice some of these thoughts without feeling like, oh, you know, I got to go and do this and that's my only option. No, it's a plethora of options to express what actually took place. You know what I mean? And it don't mean I have to gossip. It doesn't mean that I have to just rely on somebody else. I saw a girl on YouTube and she was working on identity work, and she told us that we can actually hold a ritual for the past person that we no longer wanted to associate ourselves with, kind of sort of like saying bye, and then allow them to just kind of sort of go where they are, like have a, you know, I'm gonna miss you, or RIP moment, or however you want to call it. And once it's done and over with, kind of sort of accept that you have a new identity. And that's really been something that's been helpful, because as the time goes by, you realize that it's not really many people who's always around what it is that you think about, or whomever are thinking at whatever point in time. And it's because thoughts sometimes are things, and so when they grow and they manifest, they look a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? So we have to kind of sort of adjust a little bit, you know, to what's taking place. And this young lady was very helpful. I don't know the link, but if you probably put in something about identity work, I'm sure that she'll pop up. She's a white girl, I can't say that. Long black dark hair, I think I want to say something like that. And so, you know, she helpful, she was cool, so thank you for that. You know what I mean? For the people who put you on to what it means to be silent, I thank you for that. Young girls don't even have relationships with their father, and that's so mentally exhausting. That is the worst thing that you can do. And oftentimes as we say, yeah, young girl's first love is her daddy. How many times are we gonna say that and still don't even execute it? It's amazing. And so, you know, we got to deal with this as a community, as a nation, country. I can't even get over the way that our countries are so interconnected until I started journaling. If I did not journal, I still would be stuck on stupid and AKA clueless. So if that was something that people thought was like a really small token or something, oh no, that's a big picture moment. This is a big picture idea and identity. Because if we can't figure out how to be in a community with one another, how are we going to survive? If it's a connection that we're supposed to have for survival with marriages and family members, and we keep disrespecting them, how are we supposed to survive? You know, we supposed to have been dead. If that's the case, then some of us gonna die. Some of us then shedded blood, then got coronavirus, then had people set us up. And it has been so affecting in our neighborhoods, especially blacks, that I mean, white people, y'all a bit much too. You know what I mean? Some of y'all can say things out of pocket when you ain't even supposed to say nothing either. And it comes across as negative. You know what I mean? Straight up. No pun intended. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to talk about nobody else, but if you didn't want nobody to say something about what you did, then maybe you were supposed to not have done it. You know what I mean? So that's considerate. That's being like, oh, okay, that's my homie. Let me dap you up. Let me wish you a good day. Let me see a prayer or two for you and what you got going on, because I care about you. You know, I don't have to sit down and plot and scheme. Because when I do that, I'm asking for trouble. You're not asking to enter into your flow, to scale your business for quarters 1, 2, and 3. You asking to be on something and watch somebody else do something because you chose to be it. You know what I mean? But that's not a boss bitch to me. That's not a rich bitch energy. That's a weak female who then lost herself or then lost his mind in something and then gave it to somebody else, and the devil then ran off with it and you ain't getting it back. Right? And you only get one life to live. You know, you only live once. YOLO. So there's really no excuses. But y'all, you know, like I say, to each is our own. You got to just say bye to that type of energy, because other than that, you're going to be stuck in it too. And then how you going to leave and have your flow and you too busy going on with somebody else got themselves all wrapped up in? You not. Nah, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Y'all here, so I'm going to shoot you the real. You know, I don't need nobody to tell me, twist my arm up, put their hands on me. You know, I like to get down a little bit with my 1, 2s, and 3s. And that's just the way that it goes. That's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? So, and truth be told, I don't like putting my hands on people. I'm really not that type of female. And you know what I mean? I just don't have the patience for it. What I'm going to do? You know what I mean? Half these girls be this damn tall, 6'10", 9, 25 deep. You know, I'm just me. You know, so I really prefer to be loved and find that I can be around all kind of different people and experience their love instead of trying to force it. But know that if I feel something funny that's not love coming from you, I ain't got no issue. You know what I mean? Because that's the way that the law is. I have no other choice but to defend myself and protect myself. Because if I don't, who will? Nobody. You see what I mean? Because you're the main one coming at somebody else. And I hate to say that. Like, that's where we mess up. Because I can forgive. I can say goodbye. I don't have no issues with none of that. Like, that's what really puts me on as a business owner and entrepreneur in the first place in the way that I think about things. But everybody's not like that. Everybody's not going to do that. And I don't know. I feel like, well, I'm thinking as soon as we be so, like, quick to just get rid of all that, like, oh, okay, whatever, you know, we get into some trouble. And it ain't no getting back out of that at one point. So, you know, it teaches on. You know what I mean? I can't make nobody else do nothing else. What up, y'all? Girl, you know what you're talking about. So, like, and it's a mess, y'all. I shouldn't even be going all into that type of stuff. But what we gonna do? But it's all we got now at this point. So we ain't got nothing else to do to socialize, honey. It's over. You know what I mean? That's just the way they go. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get on one more. Y'all can follow me over there if you want on IG. It's the same name, Antasia Shabria, and I'm gonna be over there in a little bit. I guess I'm gonna take some more time. But again, GTTs, saying goodbye to something that's not serving you a purpose, it's really gonna serve you well in the end. Okay? All right, bye. All right.